In this short video, you are going to learn how to create this Iman Gadzhi animation using Capcut. And first, we're going to use Canva to create the elements that we need for the animation. And then we will create the animation by putting together those elements with some background and some text. Okay guys, so the first thing is using Canva in order to download the elements that we need. So that is the little head, also the body, and the square for the animation. So the first thing is type in here YouTube video on Canva, because that is the template that we are going to be using. Okay, these are the dimensions that we're going to be using in order to download the elements. So you just go ahead and create a blank YouTube video here. And the first thing that I want to search for on elements is just a square. Okay, so I scroll down here, and on shapes you see this square here with some circle on the corners, and you just need to go ahead and make that bigger. Okay, so anywhere here and also anywhere here. Okay, and then you can drag and drop this on the center. Let me do it. Okay, there you go. So we got the first thing, which is the the square. Then I'm going to add a new page here, and the second thing would be the little head. Okay, so we need a circle for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just search for a 3D circle, because I just want it to be 3D. So I go ahead and click on the first one, but you can honestly go on graphics and just search for the one that you like the most, and then you want to make it smaller a little bit and then center that. All right, now we also need a body, but we're not gonna just go ahead and look for a body. What I'm gonna do is just right click here and duplicate the page, go to that page, and then make that bigger. All right, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to edit the image and I'm going to crop it. Okay, I'm going to crop it half here, and then click on done, and there you go guys, we also have the body. All right, so we have again the three elements that we need: the square, the head, and also the body. But there is one more thing that I need, and it's just a green background. All right, so I'm going to create a new page, and I'm going to change the color of this background, and I'm going to select this grass green. Okay, and keep in mind we're using this YouTube template, so this is actually a video. All right, and that's why you see 5 seconds here. So whenever we download this one as a video, the background is just gonna last 5 seconds. So keep in mind, if you want to do like a longer animation, you just increase the number here to whatever number you want. I'm just gonna leave it on 5 seconds. All right, now it's time to download the elements. So I'm gonna click share here, download, and the first elements that I'm going to download is the square, the head, and the body. All right, so I'm going to click PNG and also transparent background, and I'm going to download only the page 1, page 2, and page 3. Okay, with transparent background, I just go ahead and download them here, and just wait a little bit, and there you go. Okay, it's going to be on your downloads folder on your computer, and then I'm going to download the green background. So I'm going to click on download MP4, and then just the background. All right, so click on done, and you go ahead and download, and there you go. We now got the elements, and now it's time to go on Capcut and start playing with them. Before we actually go ahead and create the animation, I just went ahead and quickly changed the name for the things that I downloaded. Okay, just go ahead and do that, and then come back here to Capcut and create a new project. Okay, now you can call this project like something along the lines of animations, and there you go, we got the animations. And then we're going to import all this stuff that we just downloaded from Canva. All right, so there you go. The first thing that I'm gonna do is just drag and drop the green background. Is 5 seconds, remember, and then I'm going to drag and drop the square as well. Right, so as you guys can see, we have the square and the background. After that, what you want to do is you want to drag and drop the body first. So let me go ahead and do that, and then I'm just going to reposition this somewhere here, it can be, and just make it a little bit bigger maybe. All right, so somewhere there, and then I'm gonna drag and drop the head. Okay, and also move it a little bit, it can be somewhere here. All right, so there you go, we have the actual person. All right, I'm actually thinking about just making this a little bit smaller, and also the body as well, because I'm thinking about the next thing, which is going to be the text. Okay, so you want to go on text, and you want to drag and drop a text here, and just make it let me go ahead and just make it the whole size of the video. Okay, and then what you want to write down is, the first thing is going to be copywriter. Okay, and then you want to just put it and place it here on the bottom of this thing, and then you want to change the font. Okay, just go ahead and choose a font that you like. For example, I like this one, and I'm gonna make it bigger, maybe somewhere here. There you go. So that's the first thing that we're gonna do. We got the head, we got the body, we got the text, and we also got the square. All right, so once we do that, we are going to go back here to media, and then I'm going to drag and drop the square again. Okay, and I'm going to place it here between the body and the head. All right, so I'm gonna just place it here, and there you go. Now we cannot see the body, but don't worry, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this mask option, and I'm going to use the horizontal masking. All right, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna rotate this. It can be 180. There you go, and then I'm gonna apply this. All right, but maybe I want to move this a little bit more, because what I'm trying to do here is just make some feather on the body. All right, and you guys are gonna see why I'm doing this, but there you go. Okay, so we have the little shadow there, and now it's time to go ahead and animate everything. All right, so this copywriting thing, I'm gonna just place it here after like 1 second. Okay, I'm gonna decrease the size of this, and there you go. That's the reason why I did that is because I want the head and the body to appear first, and then the text. Okay, as you guys are gonna see. So let's actually go with the body. All right, and let's apply an animation here. And keep in mind, guys, I have been using Capcut free, but I got like someone from my family just shared with me their Capcut Pro account, so that's why you're gonna be just noticing some more animations. All right, because on the Pro version there are more animations. However, I'm gonna just try to keep it simple, try to keep it with the stuff that you guys have on the Capcut free. Okay, so for this one we're gonna be using the slide up animation, and then I'm going to increase the duration to maybe 2 seconds. Okay, because we want a smooth and slow animation right there. Okay, the same for the head. Okay, but for this one I'm going to apply a different one. Maybe it can be zoom one. There you go, and I'm going to make it 2 seconds. All right, there you go. Now I don't like one thing about this animation, and as you guys can see at the beginning it's like very big. The head is just very big. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back here to video, and I'm gonna select the blend mode, and what I'm gonna do is I'm going to increase the opacity of this, and then add a keyframe. And after that I'm going to just move forward here to 1 second, and then bring back the opacity back to 100%. Okay, so now if we actually go back here and we play this, you guys can see that the head is appearing slowly. Okay, so it's not like so big just right off the bat. So there you go, we have 2 animations. Let's see how that looks like. Okay, perfect. So for me it looks cool. Now we're just missing the copywriter, okay, the text. So for that you want to go ahead and apply just an animation for the text. It can be whatever animation you guys want. Now for this specific video I'm going to be using, let me see, because it's somewhere here. Okay, I actually like this one, right? So I'm gonna select this one, and then I'm going to increase the duration to 1 second. All right, so there you go. All right, we have animation for everything. Let me see how that looks like. Okay, there you go. It looks solid, honestly. Now the last thing that I want to do is I want to go ahead and go to effects here, and then I also want to add the play pendulum effect to the body and also to the head. All right, so I'm gonna decrease the twist, and I don't want them to move like a lot, so I'm just gonna keep it simple. I'm gonna reduce the strength, and I'm going to increase the speed. okay? And I'm going to basically just do the same for the head. So I'm gonna decrease the twist and decrease the strength and increase the speed here, right? So there you go. Let's actually see how that looks like. Okay, pretty good. Actually, I can go ahead and increase the strength just a little bit, maybe to 8, and I can do the same for the body, so maybe to 8. There you go. So it just moves you know, a little bit more, as you guys can see. And then we have the copywriter letters. So the animation is done. Honestly, it's pretty simple. I mean, you can add more stuff if you wanted to, but for me, we're just gonna keep it simple on this video. All right, so what you want to do now is you want to go ahead and export this, and obviously you want to just you know, write a name here. Just type a name. Honestly, it can be like animation 1, and then you save it whatever you want to save it, and then you export it, and then there you go. Okay, we have the animation. Okay guys, so before we actually go ahead and move on to the next section of this tutorial, I'm just going to create the other 2 animations. Okay, so one is going to be for a designer. So designer, there you go. It's going to be the same animation, as you guys can see. Designer, there you go. And we're going to export that one as well. So it's going to be animation 2, and I'm going to export it. And then I'm going to do another one for the video. Oh, let me go ahead and do that again. Video editor. Okay, this one is my favorite one, and so it's going to be the same animation as well, and I'm going to export it as animations 3. Okay, you might sometimes get this message. Honestly, you know, when exporting to a hard drive, it doesn't give me any problems, so no worries. And I'm going to export it, and there you go. So I'm gonna hit cancel, and now we have 3 animations that we can go ahead and use in the next section of this video. Okay guys, so now it's time to go ahead and use our animation in any of our projects. Okay, so for this video, it's gonna be a background with some text, but keep in mind, you can go ahead and use your animation in any of your projects. Okay, no matter if it is a reel, no matter if it is for a YouTube video, or just, you know, if you're editing for a client. That's why we created it with a green background, that you guys are gonna see how we can actually remove that and keep the animation only. All right, so with that being said, let's actually go ahead and create a new project for you guys to see. Okay, and now I'm going to import some assets, but before I actually go ahead and do that, you might be wondering, like, where, you know, am I going to get the background and the assets that Pablo is going to use? All right, so the first thing is that I got the basic video editing assets for you guys is for free. You just go ahead and type a 0 here, as you guys can see, and click on I want this, and you're gonna get some backgrounds, video effects, and sound effects. Now, if you actually want to, you know, go ahead and you want more assets, I also got the full pack of video editing assets, more transitions, more overlays. Keep in mind, I update this every month, and I also add my own animations, right? Animations that I just create for you guys to use in any of your projects. Okay, they are going to be animations just like the ones I'm creating on this video. All right, so with that being said, let me actually go ahead and import the full pack of video editing assets here. It's just going to take a while here. Okay, there you go. We have the full pack here. So I'm going to go on backgrounds, and I'm going to be using these 2 backgrounds. Okay, a red gradient and also a grid. All right, so no worries. Keep in mind, these backgrounds are available in both the basic video editing assets and obviously the full pack as well. All right, so next I'm going to rotate it and just adjust the size of it, but we cannot see the red, you know, background. So what I'm going to do is decrease the opacity of the grid and also use some mask. Okay, just to rotate it here, because I want the grid to be at the top and the red color at the bottom. So I'm just gonna apply some feather and maybe move it a little bit here. Okay, so it's looking nice, honestly, but I see a lot of red, so maybe I can decrease the opacity of the red background. Okay, maybe to 75%. All right, so that's perfect. I think it looks good. Perfect. So the next step is just go ahead and import the animations that we just created. Okay, so animation 1, 2, and 3, and open those, and then you just drag and drop in here into the timeline. I'm gonna increase the timeline a little bit, and there you go. So the first animation is gonna be or is going to appear right off the bat. The second one is going to appear half a second into the video, and then the other one is going to be appear after a second of the video. All right, so let me just adjust this one, and then let me adjust the size so it matches the 5 seconds of the video. So next I'm going to deactivate these two clips, and what I'm going to do is just get rid of the green background. All right, so in order to do that, we go here on cutout and we use the chroma key, and then we pick the color that we want to remove, in this case the green one. But as you guys can see, we still have like some green on the borders, and we don't want that. So you can play around with the strength of this in order to get rid of that. Just keep in mind you cannot overuse this, because that's going to happen, as you guys can see. So just keep it at a 75. That's a fine number, and there you go, we got rid of the green on the borders. Okay, so far so good. Now the next step is actually applying some animation to the actual animation. All right, so in order to do that, we're going to select the clip, obviously, and then go to animation and select a combo. Okay, now for this one we're gonna be using flip 4. Okay, so here it is, flip 4, and there you go, we got it there. All right, so we have the animation for the actual animation, but I don't like the ending of this animation, to be honest with you. I don't like the ending of the combo. All right, so the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to create a compound clip. Okay, and maybe I want this animation to end somewhere here. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on it and then go to edit and then freeze the image, okay, or the clip in this case. Then I can delete this and I can decrease this to 5 seconds, and as you guys can see, we have the animation. All right, and then we have the image just frozen. Okay, now the next thing that I want to do is I want to go ahead and apply an outer animation to this one. All right, so for this video I'm gonna be using this one, smoke, but honestly you guys can use like if you're using the free version of Capcut, you can use any other animations available to you. I'm going to be using this one, smoke. All right, so there you go, and then I'm going to increase the duration of it just completely. So by the time the first animation ends, then I have the second animation, as you guys can see. All right, then after that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing for the other clips as well. So I'm going to activate this one, go back to video, and do the thing with the chroma key, just increase it to 75, then apply the same combo, which was about flip 4, and then I want to pause it here at the same time of the other one, and then create a compound clip. Okay, just like we did with the other one, go froze the image, delete this one, and decrease the size of this one, as you guys can see, and add the out animation as well as smoke. We increase the duration of it, and then do the same. I'm gonna do the same for this one as well. Okay, perfect. So I did it for that one as well. And now what I want to do, as you guys can see, we have the 3 animations, but the second and the third one are overlapping the first one. But before we actually go ahead and fix that, you want to go ahead and create a compound clip of these 2 things. All right, so we are able to actually move it around on the screen. So just create another compound clip, the same for this one, create compound clip, and the same for this one here. Okay, so we have 3 compound clips, as you guys can see. And now what I'm gonna do with the first one is I'm going to place it on -1000. Okay, 1000. There you go. The second one is going to be on the center, and the third one is going to be just 1000. Okay, on position X. Okay, just keep that in mind. And I also want to decrease this to 85, maybe just make them smaller. Let me go ahead and copy and paste this and apply to the other ones as well, as you guys can see. And this one, the third one as well, go ahead and select this, and 85%. Okay, so perfect. We have the 3 animations. If we actually go ahead and take a look at it really quick, you guys can see the animations. Now there's something a little bit off here. Okay, I don't know if you guys noticed, but it's not like very smooth. It is a little bit flat when the second and the third animations appear. So in order to fix that, we're going to apply an animation to, you know, the three of them. So it's going to be an in animation, and I'm just going to use fade in and use fade in for all of them, so that way we, you know, it's a little bit more smooth. Okay, as you guys can see, and then boom, they disappear. All right, keep in mind, if you want to do it for more than 5 seconds, you can obviously go ahead and do that. I just did it for 5 seconds just for the sake of this tutorial. Okay, now something that I'm going to do is I'm going to select them all and just make them a little bit up here. Okay, because the next step is going to be adding some text. Okay, so I'm gonna click here, and I already have a preset, so I'm going to drag and drop it here, and now I'm going to just make it smaller and position that here below. Okay, and then I'm going to use some words like what. Okay, let me make that uppercase. So what should you choose? Okay, perfect. I'm going to make it italic, and then I'm going to decrease the, you know, I'm going to decrease the size of it a little bit, and then add some animation to the text as well, so it can be something like type 2 maybe, and then obviously increase the duration of it. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it at 1.5 maybe. There you go. So it matches the, you know, every animation, and it just looks cool. Let me see how that looks like. So what should you choose? All right, and boom, there you go. Now we can also make like an out animation for that text if you guys want to, so it can be fade out, or it can be you know, just one that you guys want. So it would be this one for me, maybe 8 seconds here. Okay guys, so here we have the final animation. As you guys can see, let's actually take a look at it again, and you guys can play around with it. You guys can play around with the text. You can add more elements if you want. You now have an idea of how you can play around with Capcut. Okay, so with that being said, remember, you know, you got the basic pack of video editing assets for free. You also have the full pack, which, you know, I'm adding a lot of stuff and updating every single month. And you guys also have the link for the free Capcut course, which is just to learn all the basics of Capcut and how to monetize your skill. You can go ahead and grab that for completely free. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys like the content so far. I'm gonna be producing more tutorials. Don't forget to comment any feedback or, you know, video ideas that you guys want me to create. So with that being said, see you in the next video, and have a happy editing.